Hi Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your August 2021 full moon reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed and linked in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, I want to apologize for my voice. I am getting over the flu, so do bear with me. Now let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bulls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Scorpio. How will Scorpio be affected by the August 2021 full moon? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. At the bottom is our rooted self. The left-hand side is our inner self. The middle, our heart, our emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. At the bottom, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Everything is changing during this time. And we have the Tower. Divinity is throwing us out of our comfort zone. That's what the Tower means. It can be difficult for us because, it's outside our comfort zone, but it is also beautiful. So there's a very powerful and very real change that is going on. In our inner selves, we have the Page of Cups, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, connecting us with the full moon in Pisces on the 20th of September, and also connecting us, of course, with ourselves. We are coming through as students during this time, really eager to learn everything that we can. We do have the Eight of Swords right here, so with everything that this moon is going to open up for us, and it's quite a lot, there's this sense of self-doubt that we have to overcome to be able to really move forward in confidence and strength of self. So let's see what our hearts are saying during this time. We have the Devil, which is Capricorn energy. If we have that within our natal chart, we are going to find that it comes through very much. If we have Capricorn energy within our natal chart, we're going to find that it comes through very much within our emotional reactions to things. Just like if we have more water sign energy within our natal chart, that's going to come through very powerfully to teach us in ourselves. So here we're breaking ties. We're going to see that we're at times being tested with what we're addicted to. And for those of us who are addicted to anxiety, worry, doubt, fear, that's definitely going to come up. For those of us who are addicted to, let's say, drugs or alcohol, we can kind of want to numb everything that's coming our way. So we do have to be mindful of that during this time. We have the Five of Pentacles. We need to change a poverty mentality that comes forward, and then it leads us to the Emperor, because if we change that poverty mentality, all of a sudden we can accomplish anything. The poverty mentality can come from our upbringing. There might not have been a lot of money. There might always have been arguments about money. It could come from a partner that we were with where we were going along just fine. Our bank accounts were great. Then we were with that partner. They could have robbed us. They could have lied to us, manipulated us, but they also could have had or have a really bad relationship with money, which made us over time have a negative relationship with money. So we do have to be mindful of that. It moves us to the Eight of Pentacles. Our hard work starts paying off really financially, but also with the sense of I can build off of it. The number 8 showing up here twice is informing us that we take things a little bit too seriously during this time. And this is the moon where we kind of need to relax and just let in the blessings. It moves us to the Seven of Wands. It's not the Six of Wands. It's time to celebrate ourselves, and it's time to let that celebration move us forward. Now, let's get into this moon, because this is the full moon on the 27th of August in Aquarius, and it is a magnificent moon. The full moon always tells us, surrender to the divine. That is where our power is. It also always brings us face to face with conflicting desires, wants, and needs, home and work, home and school, home and all our other responsibilities, what we want and what everybody else wants from us. It could be needs and needs, what we need and what everybody else needs from us. Anything that is a conflict, we come face to face with during a full moon. That's why surrendering to the divine and connecting with divine higher power is just a stabilizing force within our lives during this time. This also increases our intuitive and emotional understanding. The full moon always increases our intuitive and emotional understanding. So if we are talking to the divine, if we want, or to the universe, if we want things to be revealed to us, the full moon is really a great time for this, but especially this full moon. With the full moon in Aquarius, this full moon is going to be conjunct Jupiter, which brings optimism, generosity, good luck, and success. This brings us to a place of opportunities, personal opportunities, spiritual opportunities, material opportunities, but also personal growth, spiritual growth, material growth. We need to take it. We need to take the kind of breaking down of the doors and saying, this is me, this is where I want to be, this is what I'm embracing. There is this feeling here of happiness and contentment. We have to make sure, because the sun is going to be opposite Jupiter, that this doesn't bring over optimism and arrogance. So we kind of have to balance things out during this time. There is going to be this beautiful strengthening of relationships and the feeling of love, and the feeling of love, but also the finding of love for us. There's going to be an opening up of the door. This doesn't just mean romantic love, though it most definitely does apply to romantic love, but it means falling in love and finding love within our lives, within what we want, within who we are. We have to remember to be thankful for the blessings that come, especially during this moon, for the opening up of the doors. And this is going to be a great time for a gratitude journal. This is going to be a great time for really saying, I embrace my blessings. I embrace who I am, my own personal gifts, my own personal power, my own personal understanding. Venus trine Saturn is the ideal time for finding true love and commitment. So this is going to be a absolutely beautiful time, if you haven't already found your soulmate, for putting out the energy, for aligning with ourselves and saying, I want to find my soulmate. I want to find that person who makes me beautifully and blissfully happy. Not because, they solve everything, but just because they understand who I am and they see me, honestly, for what I have to offer. And so here we can either find our soulmate during this time, or we can align ourselves with the energy that lets us open up the door. Relationships during this time benefit because we have this sensible approach, and we also have this steady affection. But we have to be mindful, because everybody's way of expressing affection, or everybody's way of, being sensible and steady when it comes to love, is not going to be our way. So when we have a partner, or when we have somebody that we love, just even as a friend, we might be talking to them. I was talking to one of my friends, and he was saying that he has the hardest time saying I love you and giving hugs and things like that. And I found that very interesting to say because we're so close. But I also found that so interesting because I'm the complete opposite. I meet you, I give you a hug, I'm just that type of way. And not to strangers, but of course, to people that I know, I'm just that type of way. I leave the room by saying I love you instead of, saying bye. So it's just the difference of the energy and the way that we are raised and the comfortableness we have with affection. So during this time, we have to be aware of that, and we have to be open and honest with ourselves with that. New romances and new relationships can bloom so unexpectedly. So keep your mind open. They're going to be unexpected, beautiful, changes and doors being opened when it comes to love, when it comes to connections. If we're already in a relationship, this is a time where we enjoy new closeness with our partner, where that steady approach to love, that sensible approach to love, that sense of I'm here, and I'm with you, and I'm going to embrace this is just going to be beautiful. And if we can do exercises with our partner for greater connection, that's going to be just everything. Just even that exercise can be, at the end of the day, we're going to have a cup of tea, we're going to have a glass of wine, whatever it is that floats your boat, and we're going to talk. We're going to talk eye to eye, face to face, and we're going to be connected. Because sometimes it's just that connection that gets to be missing. It's just that, kind of like ships in the night where you're tired from a long day, they're tired from a long day, and you think, oh, well, we'll talk later. And there's a study that I've read that says we need to have at least 90 minutes a week of really good connection with, or of connecting, of talking with our partners to keep that connection alive. So just to be mindful of that during this time is going to be really important. Now, Mars is going to be trine Uranus, which brings initiative, excitement, and adventure. This is the time where we need our freedom. We need to open up the door. We need to explore, even if it's just mentally, diving into that really good book that brings us to another world, or, watching that movie that transports us, or even starting that project that we thought, oh, I always wanted to learn this software. I always wanted to learn this, let me open up the door now. Now is the time for an adventure. And it can be an adventure that maybe feels like extra work at times, but it's like, if I learn this, it opens up a whole new opportunity, a whole new world for me. There's a strong instinct here. There's strong instincts here, and there's strong daring here. So this is the best moon for risk taking. But do be mindful with your risks. Don't be foolish. Don't be crazy, okay? And this is also going to be a great moon to increase our passion in both our relationships and our life. So really, when it says here, show the world the real you, show the world who you are, let yourself shine. Let yourself shine, because all the blessings are coming in. If you can take them, if you can let yourself shine, if you can say, this is me, this is what I was born to do, there's an unstoppable power around you. And that continues. Excuse me. That continues with the new moon in Virgo. The new moon always says beginnings. It always shows us new beginnings. And it always says a new start is coming. Now, this new start is a time to give rather than take. This is an exciting new moon because this new moon is going to be trine Uranus, which is extremely powerful. This brings rapid and positive changes and also freedom. This brings us a sense of making us feel as if new things are coming, as if we can step out of our comfort zone. This connects us with new adventures, which we're already aligned for and like in the mood for and embracing, with Mars being trine Uranus during the full moon in Aquarius. This brings us to a place of new inventions, new ideas, stepping out of the box and stepping out of our comfort zone. So during the 7th of September, this is also the time to embrace the adventures, even if it is the adventure of learning something new, of embracing a new idea. This is the perfect time to widen our social circles and to kind of go against the orthodoxy, go against maybe even what everybody else is thinking, and really embrace our own thoughts, our own ideas. The harmonizing aspect of Uranus enhances our intuition and brings a fresh insight and brings flashes of insight and brings us to this place where we really start being in tune with ourselves spiritually and awakeningly. So with making this this fantastic opening. With bringing this fantastic opening. This is a fantastic time for self-discovery and creative breakthroughs, because with the flashes of insights come the increase of our intuitive powers, of our psychic awareness, of our own instincts, and our own intuition. So again, self-discovery, creative breakthroughs are things that we really want to embrace and embody. This is a great time for tackling issues that have stumped us, held us back, denied us in the past. Now we start to see ourselves breaking down the door, and we have to let our gifts shine during this time. It's almost as if the full moon, the new moon, is this black time, right? It is a time where the sky is dark except for the stars. And we have to let the light of the moon shine within us, because it says shine within us. Because it says here, a time to give rather than take. It's a time to give of our own intuitive powers, of our own understanding, of our own connection, rather than taking and hoarding them within us and saying, no, I'm never going to let this shine. With this beautiful power that comes forward during this full moon and this new moon, and then leads us to the 20th of September, which is the full moon in Pisces. And it says here, balance spirituality with practicality. We have to balance spiritually, personally, all that we have discovered with our own practical plans and our own practical desires. It moves us during this time to this place of change, to this place of being open to change. But as we look at being open to change, we have to see the energy that can hold us back during this time. So let us see the negative energy that we need to be mindful of, which is the Lord, which is the sense of power, the sense of you have to listen to me. Now we can have this orthodox but authoritative, there we go, personality that is coming forward that says it has to be just like this. And what we're going to see from the Lord is that we're very attracted to people who have things just very a certain way, very much a certain way. You know, they have this rigidity to them, this schedule to them, this harshness to them. And we're going to think, oh my gosh, they have all the answers. They don't. They might have the answers for themselves. They don't necessarily have the answers for us. So with embracing the Lord, with embracing our own personal power, our own personal understanding, with opening up the door, we start to see ourselves more openly and more honestly. We cannot fall into the trap of rigidity for the sake of rigidity, other people's power and authority that was not earned but was taken. It moves us to our subconscious chakra message, which is these three. Divine wisdom, it's the soul star chakra, the throat chakra, and the earth star chakra. So the earth star chakra here is nurturing, the throat chakra is life purpose, and the soul star chakra is divine blessing. We are nurturing our life purpose through divine blessing during this time. It opens up the door. It says, look at your roots. The Earth Star Chakra is located 6 inches below our feet. It's embracing with the earth power of transformation, understanding, and change. It opens us up to our life purpose, which says, this is who I am, this is who I need to be, this is the ascension of my power. And with the soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown, it says, take the blessing, let the divine knowledge rain down on you and open up the door. It brings us then to this place of change. Through the divine wisdom, through the understanding of self, we embrace the wheel of fortune. We embrace the way our world is changing, the way ourselves are changing, and the fact that we are being pushed out of our comfort zone whilst doing so. We are being told to look at things differently. And it can lead us to looking at things that might make us feel uncomfortable, or kind of going after things that we think, oh, I'm not really ready for this, or I don't really know. This is the time to give of our energy rather than taking it away from ourselves. This is the time to go after. This is the time to show the world who we truly are by saying, yes, I'm entering into a new season. You know, it could be a new phase of life. It could be a birthday that marks this big change. It could be, you know, just this awakening of soul and self that says, I need this change within my life. And now we're going to start to see the door opening. We're going to start to see ourselves opening. And divinity says you can't stay where it is comfortable. You have to kind of step out of this zone. You have to step out of this place of, it's not contentment. It's almost like apathy. It's not apathy. It's, yeah, it is a bit. It's kind of like, I am comfortable here. And though I want change, I don't want to leave the comfort. And so with the tower, it just shakes that up. And it says here, you are going to leave that comfort. You are going to be looking at things differently. And it's going to start a new phase in life. It's going to push you forward in a way that rocks your world. And it doesn't have to be negative at all, but it can be something that has us looking at things and feeling overwhelmed or feeling scared or, doubting ourselves. It could be, a birth, it could be having a child or, raising a child. And it's terrifying. You think, like, what the heck am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to handle all of this? Or it could be starting a business, which is also terrifying, or taking a dream and starting to make it a reality and not giving up on that dream. This is where the Eight of Swords comes in and makes us think, oh my gosh, I can't do this. Like, oh my gosh, what the heck is going on? We get too much in our own heads. We start doubting ourselves. We start feeling overwhelmed and fearing that we will never be able to be the expectation in our own head. And we have to come to the conclusion at one point in our life that we may never be the expectation in our heads. Those might be unobtainable dreams, just something so out there that, okay, I might never be the astronaut I wanted to be because, for whatever reason, but I can be the adventurer that my soul sought. I can be what my dreams were without necessarily confining myself to the way that I knew how to interpret and embrace those dreams. Because divinity is saying, no, I'm taking you on a ride, Scorpio. I'm taking you to a place that you never expected. I'm opening up the doors. I'm pushing you out of your comfort zone, but in the best possible way. Do not keep yourself chained. Do not keep yourself tied to the emotion of fear, to the chaos, to the hurts, to the pains that say, oh no, but I can't. I can't because when I was little, look what happened. Because when I trusted, look what happened. When I, loved, look what happened. And so I will never again. It's like, no, I embrace the power of my heart and I become a student as we are embracing it here of our emotions. We become a student of healing. We become a student of wisdom found in the most unbelievable and unexpected places. We become a student of this sense of powerful understanding of self, desire, insight, and dreams. We start looking at things not as a person with all the answers, but as a person who is seeking, discovering, and becoming. The door is opening and we have to walk through it. The door is opening and we have to claim it. And as we start to claim it, there's going to be this pull, Scorpio, because all these blessings are coming forward and it's like, yes, I'm going for it. And then there's this pull with the devil that says, are you really? Are you really? Can you really? And because we have the self-doubt come in, it's going to be like, oh wait, maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not ready for this. Maybe it is too overwhelming. Maybe it is too much. Maybe I should not. Or we're going to start, kind of like self-medicating through things that make us feel comfortable, things that make us feel calm. Now, it can be through drugs or alcohol. It can be through, eating too many sweets. It can be whatever it is that we do to calm ourselves, or just even being in control of everything that we eat. Sitting there and saying, okay, well, I know how many calories this is. I know how many calories that is. I'm going to be so in control of what I'm eating. At least I have control of this right here, right now, because everything else feels overwhelming. We have to be mindful of that. It could also be over-exercising. Whenever you do something to an extreme or to the point that it hurts your own body, even if it's not extreme for somebody else, we have to be mindful of this. So during this time, we need to sever the ties with what causes us to react in a way that is harmful to ourselves, but a way that kind of numbs things in a moment, in an instance. So with the devil, we are going to find that we're breaking the chains. We're breaking the strings of the puppeteer. And we're going to see, like Pinocchio, there are no strings on me. And yet there are ways that we can walk down paths that we regret. And so by claiming our own individuality and claiming our own power and being opened to saying, this is what I want from life and this is how I'm moving forward, is going to be one of the greatest things. And it starts to move us out of the poverty mentality. It moves us out of the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is, I don't deserve wealth. Or if I have wealth coming in, I know that this is going to end, because it always does. Because I always find myself in financially difficult situations, or I always find myself in romantically, lacking situations where the person isn't present, or, I don't deserve XYZ. What we're going to see here with the Five of Pentacles is that we need to change this mentality. We need to walk away from this trauma drama that could have been instilled in us when we were very little. That somebody could have said to us, oh, you're never going to be successful. Oh, you're really not pretty enough. Oh, you're really not smart enough. Oh, you're not this. Oh, you're not that. And we need to stop that. You're not handsome enough. You're not talented enough. It's like enough is enough. Enough is enough with the poverty. Now it is time to call in the wealth. Now it is time to set my shoulders back, raise my face towards the heavens, and say, I am calling forward all the blessings that this world can possibly offer me. I am calling forward bounty, prosperity, success, and abundance. And no one and nothing is going to hold me back. I know those words from yesteryear are coming up. I know that I will try to be dragged down by the negative, corruptive energy of the world, the lower base energy vibration, but I will not. I will not fall prey to that. And I'm looking at the poverty of the heart, of the soul, of the self, and I'm saying enough. And as we say enough, we also have to stop and I know I'm definitely guilty of this, we have to stop the mentalities that kind of enforce the poverty. Stopping doing things that say, oh, I don't have enough money. It's like, oh no, I definitely do have enough money. I just bought bulletproof coffee, right? And it rocked my world because it's a bit expensive for coffee, especially if you get your coffee from the big thing at Costco. And they say that it's for people who usually can't drink coffee and it hurts their stomach and everything like that. And I was like, well, sign me up. And I made a cup of coffee today. And I thought, oh, I have to be very, very careful and only make coffee, when I really, really want it, because it was a bit pricey. And I'm like, no, stop that, Dean. Stop that. When you want a cup of coffee, you will make a cup of coffee and you will buy more coffee when you need it, because you're allowed to. You're allowed to let in blessings and to let in prosperity. And that moves us to the Emperor. It's claiming that throne. It's claiming that throne of wealth and of power, of insight and ideas. It's claiming that throne of this is who I am and this is where I need to be. It's claiming that power. And as we claim that power, we say, this is me. This is me, openly and honestly, intuitively and unapologetically. And there's just a sense of, I'm not going to be taken in by everybody else's way of saying, this is what's right, this is what's wrong. No, I claim my throne and I lead the way, because somebody has to lead, and it might as well be me. I lead my life. It brings us to the Eight of Pentacles. It brings us to what we have worked so hard for, coming into fruition, bringing us prosperity, success, bounty, and abundance. It also brings us excuse me. It also brings us to this place of saying, I'm opening up the door. I am putting in the time and the effort. I've put in the time and the effort to be able to cultivate and create the world that I want and the blessings that I need. Nothing is holding me back, and I am not denying me. My hard work is paying off. My time, my effort is paying off. My higher energy vibration is guiding me forward. And it leads us to the Six of Wands. It leads us to that place where we're saying, I'm celebrating me. In the public arena, we work hard and we celebrate ourselves. Period. End of discussions. We don't sit there and say, well, I could have done better, I should have done more. No, enough is enough. With the couldas, the shouldas, and the wouldas. We move then to see what the moon has to say for herself. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh. Okay. Let's see how far this takes us. Perfect. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. So at our rooted self, we have expect powerful change, and that's what's coming through. We have the Wheel of Fortune, we have the Tower. Expect powerful change. The moon is amplifying that. The path leads you to unexpected places. The change that you are embracing, that you are going through here, Scorpio, leads you to unexpected changes, to unexpected places. It brings us to our inner self, which says a win-win outcome is forecast through change. This time is all about change in the best possible way, in the way that opens up the doors, in the way that moves you forward. Nothing will be the same, but in the best possible way. It moves us then to our emotional self. It's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. We're coming through in our hearts really quite profoundly. As we release negativity, we embrace pleasure. We find that it's finally time to start enjoying life, to start letting the pleasure in, to start letting joy come forward, to start letting the world guide us in a way that raises our energy vibration, that moves us forward in love, in power, and insight. It moves us then to look at the bigger picture, the void, especially within the darkness, especially within the places between words. We find all the meanings. In the places where people do not look, Scorpio, and that is going to be where we find the greatest revelations, the greatest understandings. Just like within the new moon, the light shines the brightest within us. It moves us to our subconscious Luna message, which says meditate and contemplate, connecting us once again quite profoundly with the full moon in Pisces on the 20th of September. It then leads us to go deeper, and it says blossoming. Through meditation and contemplation, through connecting with our own energy, our own insight, we blossom into the person that we want to be. We blossom into the energy that we want to move us forward. It leads us then to the subconscious energy to be mindful of, the moon. We need to be mindful of the powerful way that the moon ebbs and flows within us. The power of the moon ebbing and flowing. This is also Pisces energy. So as many revelations that come on the 20th of September, they could be a little bit intense. We can also really fall victim to fear-mongering during this time. So we do have to be mindful of that. But during this time, so much change comes forward within us subconsciously. We can find that change to be overwhelming and be rather reckless with the way that we're embracing it. So we can fight against it instead of saying, let me see which way the change leads me, which way the moon takes me. Just think of the way the moon controls the tide. The moon is going to call to our own blood, the water, the ocean that we have within ourselves. And so it's also the water within ourselves. And so we're going to see that the moon really does call to us. And we have to make sure that we answer that call in a way that is beneficial to us, not in a way that comes from chaos and fear, because that can be a reaction to all the change that comes forward. Our subconscious chakra message is creativity, the sacral chakra. Embrace your creativity, open up the doors. Do not let the trauma drama from this life and from past lives dictate how your creativity especially comes forward in the public arena, how you embrace what you want to create and cultivate within your life. It moves us then to our subconscious inner message, a rooted message, which is the star, Aquarius energy. Aquarius is represented by the star in the major arcana. We are connected with this full moon in ways that we cannot even imagine. So letting ourselves embrace our dreams, our desires, our hopes, and our wishes, letting ourselves open to show the world who we truly are is at the root of us. And also at the root of us is that this moon changes so much for us. If we are kind of brave enough to take what it offers, it leads us to our subconscious inner self, which is the Six of Swords. I'm taking my knowledge, I'm taking my understanding, and I'm moving forward. I'm calming my emotions, but I also know that my emotions can cloud what I'm seeing at times. But I'm moving forward to something bigger, something more than I ever expected. It moves us then to our subconscious emotional self, which is justice, Libra energy. So if we're born on the cusp with Libra, or if we have Libra within our chart, this comes through very powerfully. Subconsciously, we need things to be just and fair. When we look at injustices within the world, that's going to be something that we find very distasteful, to put it nicely. This is going to be a time where we also need to be discerning about our energy. This is going to be a time where we can really kind of fall to the letter of the law or fall to the rules of things and think, oh, well, that's how it has to be. But this is going to be what Spirit is saying to us is, now you have to be just for us. We have to be just for moving ourselves forward in a way that is highly beneficial to what we want and what we are discovering. It brings us to our subconscious public self, which is the Four of Cups. A blessing is coming that doesn't feel like a blessing. It's kind of like out of the blue. We start to see this new way forward. We start to see this new blessing, this new understanding, and it leads us. It's in alignment. It's in alignment with everything that is coming our way. It leads us towards this place of change, towards a place of, well, I was looking over here, now I'm looking over there. And it just it just isn't something that we would normally think of as a blessing. It just isn't something that we would look at and say, oh, this is going to change me. It is something that does, though. And it is something that is a blessing. So do be aware of that. All right, Scorpio. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power of this moon. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Scorpio, and may you have a blessed moon.